If you're looking for a blazing fast WordPress theme that's built specifically for blogging, i.e. content creation, i.e. organic search traffic from search results, then the Carbonate theme might just be for you. In this video, we're going to go over some of the pros and cons, who it's for, who it's not, maybe why you wouldn't want to use it, because I'm going to be honest with you, this theme is not for everyone. But that being said, the people that it's for, I think you're going to love it. So you can use Carbonate on just about any WordPress website, any type of business that you have, but there are a few things that you need to consider before you pull the trigger on this theme. First of all, let's talk about who Carbonate was built for. And in order to talk about who it was built for, we need to talk about who it was built by. Carbonate was built by Matt Giovanisci. He owns and operates 3 authority sites in pool care, brewing, and online marketing. Now, he's got a ton of experience in blogging and online digital marketing. He's been using WordPress for his blogging platform for a swim university since 2009. So this means that he knows his way around WordPress, and he knows his way around search engine optimization for a blogging website. So you can kind of get this idea in your head of Matt probably built this for himself, which he did. This has been 15 years in the making of Carbonate being groomed from just a lowly little package of CSS and HTML and PHP to now being what it is today, where it's helped him build a $800,000 per year business using Carbonate as his theme for his 3 businesses. So I think that this theme might be scalable. What do you think? Do you think that it could scale with your business? I think if it can scale with Matt's business, then you should have no problem with your content-based business or your blog business. I think you should be in good hands with Carbonate. So it was built for bloggers, specifically bloggers who want a fast, mobile-optimized, SEO-optimized website, and that's pretty much it. It's optimized to help you get email opt-ins, to sell more courses, and to focus solely on the content, because that, in the end, is what really matters. Not how frilly and how many options you have on a theme, or how many different setups you can have, how many different header navigations, or how many different menus you have. It's about the content, and it's about giving people the right answers. So that is who Carbonate was built for. Now let's talk a little bit about how easy Carbonate is to use, or maybe how difficult it is. So one of the greatest benefits of the Carbonate theme, in my opinion, is that it's simple and lightweight. It's the minimalist of themes, especially with Carbonate 2.0 coming in just this beginning of this year, where you get access to just what you need, which is your primary colors, your logo, and all your blog details. And it also is provided with a course to help you get things set up. So if you're totally new, the course that's included with the theme will help you greatly. Now, there are some things where if you have a existing theme, you may have a little bit of trouble moving things over. Talking specifically about any themes such as Avada theme or Thrive Architect or Thrive themes, those will be very difficult to move over to Carbonate because they are using their own built-in page builder plugin, which puts in all this crazy code to make it look good and function within that theme. So you might be stuck copying and pasting your content from one theme to another. That being said, if you are just starting out, Carbonate is a great place to start because it's a very blank canvas for you to build your content on. If you're using different platforms such as Squarespace, then again, things are going to be more involved. I do have a course called Graduate Squarespace that helps people move from Squarespace to Carbonate. If you happen to be on Squarespace blogging and you realize that you've kind of hit your cap on how much you can make out of your blog on Squarespace, or you're just getting annoyed with Squarespace, then I can help you migrate over to WordPress and specifically Carbonate. So once you have Carbonate theme set up and you've got all of the, all of your content over there, you'll have minimal plugins to keep up and to make sure that you're staying on top of. Mainly, you're looking at a speed plugin. So if you're using SiteGround, you're going to use the built-in SiteGround plugin, or you can use a plugin like WP Rocket to help with caching and to help optimize your images. Otherwise, pretty simple, a Yoast SEO plugin, and you're good to go. And then you'll be left with the most important part, which is blogging, which is the content, which is publishing frequently. I believe that is the strongest aspect of Carbonate, is that it allows you to focus on publishing content rather than getting stuck in the minutia of a complex, complicated theme. Next, let's talk about ease of use. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. While it's a pretty basic and straightforward to get things set up, if you want to get anything super customized, then you need to know a little bit about HTML, CSS, and maybe a little bit about PHP. If you're having any trouble with that, go ahead and contact me and I can help you out. But once things are set up, it's very simple and straightforward. Again, the best part is once you're set up, you just set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about anything after the fact. Everything is ready to go. Next, let's talk about price and value. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 because while some people hate the idea of paying for a WordPress theme, in my experience, it's always better to go with a paid theme because it's just been developed with just a touch more care than the free themes. And a one-time payment of $97, it's really not that bad because you can use it on all of your websites. Or, if you want to use it on a website in the future, you can do that. This is a really good deal because there's a lot of premium themes out there where you have to pay $97 per website. And if you have multiple websites or you're an agency, that can get expensive really quickly. So I think that's a good deal for a secure, fast, lightweight theme that's modern, mobile, and is going to scale with your site. So if you're just starting out, you're going to be able to hold on to this theme forever. I mean, I don't think that there's a point where you're going to want to change themes unless you totally change your business model. And even then, I would question why you're changing your business model. So again, price and value, a 9 out of 10. Now, I do want to touch on the aspect of support. Now, this theme does not have any tech support behind it. Now, this could be seen as a red flag for some. I understand that Matt Giovanisci is super busy with his own businesses that he can't be providing tech support. That being said, there is a course included with the theme that helps you get everything set up. And if at any point you are, kind of hitting yourself against a brick wall, you could hire any web designer or developer such as myself, and they could easily help you because the code base is so simple and easy to work with. I think again, that's a big advantage here is that anybody could get onboarded very quickly with Carbonate in the back end, designing different tweaks, if you wanted to have a different type of opt-in or you wanted to do something different in any aspect, then a designer or developer can easily hop in there and help you get sorted. Now let's go into the pros and cons here. Kind of just some bullet points for the theme. So first we're going to start with the pros. It's insanely fast out of the box. I've tested this before where I did nothing other than just install the theme, throw some content and images up, and it's still crazy fast. It passes all the core web vitals, no problem. As long as you're using a CDN and optimizing your images, you'll have zero problem. This thing is crazy fast out of the box. It's mobile friendly from the get-go. You don't have to worry about finessing anything. In some things you have to create a desktop and a mobile version, which is total pain in the rear. This, you just create it in one layout and it will scale as needed for a variety of sizes. Again, the biggest pro in my opinion is that because this is a minimalist theme, it makes you focus solely on the content, which is the most important part. At the end of the day, if we took away all of the frills of a website and just had words and maybe images on a site, that's more important than anything else can provide. So it makes you have really good content, really good copy, and as well as good images. So that's the biggest thing that I see is puts your focus on the content. Another pro in my opinion is that it comes with a mini course included. So you get exactly from the horse's mouth from Matt Giovanisci, the creator, how to set up your theme and how to get things rolling. I think that's huge. Another pro is that it works with Gutenberg or the original editor in WordPress. So if you want to try out the Gutenberg editor, then I would encourage you to give it a shot. It's really impressed me over the years. A few years ago, I wouldn't dare touch it because it was just so hard to use and kind of cumbersome. But within the last year or two, they really have upped their game with Gutenberg, and it makes it a lot more like a block editor or like a drag and drop. What you see is what you get. I personally use Gutenberg, and I don't see any problem with speed or with compatibility. Another pro, which could be a con in some cases, but it's highly customizable with CSS because again, there's a very simple code base. If you know a little bit of CSS, you can really make some tweaks and easily change the style of your site using CSS and not have any impact on your site speed. So those are the pros for Carbonate. So what are the cons? Well, I've kind of already addressed a few of the cons. The biggest thing being there's no tech support. This means you're gonna have to hire somebody if you get stuck, or you're just gonna have to try to work your way through it. So that might be a breaking point for some of you. I understand that. This is not for everyone. But if you're willing to put your hands and your faith in somebody who's made almost $1 million a year using these sites for his business, then you might be in good hands. So that kind of leads me to the code work might be intimidating for some. So you might have some intimidation or some fear that you're going to screw things up. This is where I suggest using a good hosting platform where you have staging built in so that you can have your live site and then you can have the site that you're working on. In case anything breaks, then you can start over again, or you can make tweaks without affecting your live site. That's probably the biggest thing to make sure that you while you're working through different things, you're not going to set yourself up for failure. And the final con, which may or may not be a con for you, is it's a little bit of higher initial investment than some. So, if you're just getting started with your WordPress site, you're looking at, you need to buy hosting for a year, you need to buy your domain for a year, and you need to buy a theme now. And, that can add up to under $500, which to start a business is really cheap. Now, you could probably get by with less than that. You can do your hosting monthly, which costs a little bit more in the long run, but is a little bit cheaper to get started. Or you can realize that you're starting a business, and if you were to start a business anywhere else in the world with a brick and mortar business, if you wanted to rent a place, buy equipment, all these things cost money, and it's well worth putting a good solid investment to build a good foundation for your business to grow online. So my conclusion on Carbonate is I love it. I use it on my website. I try to use it on all my clients' websites if possible. Sometimes I have to tweak things a little bit more for certain clients just because they don't fit the exact mold of a content creator, but we're getting them there. And I don't see myself switching anytime soon. If you want to try out to see how Carbonate looks, you can go to SvarenWebStudio.com and you can see it there. And if you want to get yourself a copy of Carbonate, then go ahead and use the link down below, and I'll get a little affiliate cha-ching from that for helping Matt sell his Carbonate theme. So I would greatly appreciate that. Doesn't cost you anything, and kind of just shows that this video was helpful for you to make your decision. If you have any questions about Carbonate, you can leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll even try to tag Matt in here so that he can, kind of get in on the interactions. And if you are new to WordPress and you are looking to kind of have a roadmap or a guide of how to get started on WordPress, then download my WordPress on-ramp cheat sheet, and that'll help you guide through all this hosting, theme, plugin jargon that I'm talking about here if you're brand new to WordPress. And until next time, peace.